Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an opinion piece from the New York Times that was published on January 3rd by Timothy Egan. And the funny thing is the idea is with this opinion piece, and I don't know if he believes it, if anyone in the New York Times believes this, or if this is just like pure shit-slinging propaganda, but the premise for this is, we'll say he believes because it'll just be easier, but he believes that Biden can beat Trump and can be used as a stepping stone to get like a President Pete Buttigieg, butt pirate, or say a President Stacey Abrams, because he would be the one to be able to get the orange man bat out. He could be a one-term president, and then we can have our President Pete Buttigieg. To me, that's some funny shit. This is how delusional the Democrats and the left are. Let's get into this. You may have heard an old crank in a big house ranting about appliances and unflushable toilets the other day. Remember the dishwasher? You'd press it, boom, there'd be like an explosion, he said, apropos of nothing. Now you must press it 12 times. I love how, you see, what's funny is when you see something like this, he's taking Trump completely out of context. He's literally picking and choosing from what Trump said. All right. Trying to paint a narrative. And the thing is water, quote unquote, water efficient appliances are really not, and say plumbing fixtures are really not that efficient. All right, I'm purposely, at this point, not upgrading my toilet and still have an old school one because of that fact. Because I don't want to sit there and have to flush 2-3 times. But, hey, let's just ignore the facts of those water miser appliances and bathroom fixtures and, kitchen fixtures and such. Let's just ignore that. The bathroom is another... oh, excuse me. The bathroom is another battleground. In the shower, you turn on the faucet, you don't get any water. It gets worse. People are flushing toilets 10 times, 15 times as opposed to once. Which, you see, that's just Trump doing his order exaggeration. We all know that he's exaggerating the 10, 15 times. New Yorkers do that shit. Okay? That's like, they tell a story. It gets a little sensationalized. You still know that the core of it's still true. I mean, shower heads, these water-efficient shower heads. All right, you don't get nearly the water. You might get decent pressure out of them, but you don't get nearly the water that you would out of an old-school shower head. And like I already said, like with the toilet, water-efficient toilets, you should flush more than once, Especially if you take a big old dump. Of course, that was our own president, who will be 74 by the next time Election Day arrives, and would like to be known for my great and unmatched wisdom, even if he seems flexing by the great obstacle facing a toilet training 2-year-old. What the? See, this is the type of, stupid shit that these left and Democrats think. He's speaking truth about a situation. Okay? And but I didn't want to get a copyright strike. I actually wanted to play, find the clip and play it from King of the Hill, where they talk about the, Arlen and the water efficient toilets being mandated by ordinance. Because that's the type of situation you have. I mean, of course, they over-exaggerated a little. I mean, Mike Judge exaggerated a little bit in the show. But that's the type of situation it is. And it's like, oh, he's facing an obstacle like a toilet training 2-year-old. Dude, what are you, like, fucking 12? I mean, shit. You're talking like a child saying something like that. You're talking like a friggin' immature teenager. I mean, you don't have anything. When you have to resort to an attack like that, you do not have anything on the actual face of your argument. But if it had been Joe Biden who muttered such gibberish, it would have prompted another round of age shaming. Imagine if Biden had made up a country that doesn't exist, Nambia, or gave a new name to his Secretary of Defense, Mark Esperanto, and the Chief Executive of Apple, Tim Apple. Dare I mention Covfefe? As Trump wrote, what comes out of his mouth is unprecedented. So wait a minute. Calling Tim Cook Tim Apple, which to me is Trump just being a fucking smart ass, I would do the same shit. Be like, yeah, Tim Apple over there. And you would know what I'm talking about. And what are you going to try with me? Say, oh, look at this problem he has. You know, no, you'd be like, oh, fucking smart ass asshole. Well, because it's Trump, you're like, oh, look at the problem here, and you're pointing it out, like Kofafi and the other stupid shit. I mean, come on now. Biden will still be 77 on election day and would be the oldest person ever elected president. He mixes up places, people, dates, and decades. He still shows signs of his struggle to overcome a childhood stutter, which is not to be confused with age. Bullshit. That's not him fucking stuttering half the time. That's him having brain farts because he's fucking got like mental issues brought on by age. I mean, hell, he had like brain cancer or some shit at one point, didn't he? I mean, they operated on his friggin' brain. I mean, duh, that might have some effect too. I think it was for cancer. I can't remember, but he did have brain surgery. I love this. They're trying to like literally compare Trump, who like will exaggerate something or, talk like a New Yorker. With the bullshit with like Biden, he's trying to prop him up and go, oh, well, Biden, I mean, his shit ain't that bad. You won't even talk about the fact that, you refer to him as Uncle Joe in this article, but you won't refer to the fact that he's creepy Uncle Joe. Yeah, let's put a guy in the Oval Office that does really creepy shit with young girls and women, you sick, twisted bastard, because you've got such Trump derangement. You can't have Trump in office. You'd rather have a guy that makes young girls and women feel completely uncomfortable. You scumbag. Give me a break. Yet compared to the tongue-tangled, fact-mangling, grammar-assaulting, nonsense-spewing, hate and grievance-filled current occupant of the White House, Biden is Churchill. No. Okay, and this is what I love. Tongue-tangled. Trump really hasn't been tongue-tangled. He has, all right, Biden, on the other hand, holy fucking shit. Fact-mangling. Okay, so because Trump won't push your bullshit, won't push the left's lies, won't allow for the crap that the left is spewing like Russiagate and everything else to be pushed, okay, and calls it out. Okay, he's fact-mangling? Kiss my ass. Okay, grammar assaulting. Well, excuse me, who died and made you grammar Nazi? Huh? I mean, I've looked at your article here, and your grammar ain't friggin' perfect yourself there, bitch. So shut the fuck up. Nonsense spewing. How is he spewing nonsense? He's talked about toilets having issues. All right, because of their being water efficient and not being able to flush them, which is a fact. He's talked about a lot of other things. That hasn't been nonsense. But in your mind, it is. Oh, he talks about the fact of without borders, you don't have a country. Without controlled immigration, it's a burden on the country. Oh, that's real nonsense. Hate and grievance-filled current occupant. Oh, no. Hate and grievance-filled. Talk about projection. All you asshole, idiot, moron, dumb fucks have done is spew hate and have grievance-filled issues. Okay? Give me a break. And for you to compare Biden to Churchill goes to show how friggin' deluded and delusional you are. Oh my God. Which brings us to the question of how Uncle Joe, don't you mean creepy Uncle Joe, should handle his age. Answer, he's already done it, which is to signal that he would be open to only serving one term. See, this is what they want. They think that creepy Uncle Joe can beat Trump. He's going to go in for one term and then hand over the reins to Pete Buttigieg or someone like that. It's not going to happen. I mean, from all indications, Trump's going to win another term. Deal with it. For the record, Biden has denied what was initially leaked by his own camp and reported by Politico. Most political pros think it'd be crazy for Biden to give himself, lame duck status from day one. What they miss is that such a pledge, telegraphed subtly, could be just the thing that gets him the position to have a day one. See what I mean? This is such funny shit. This idiot literally thinks that if Biden says, I'm only going to serve one term, it's going to get people to fucking vote for him. What kind of mentally deranged, like La La Land fantasy bullshit is that? That if Biden says he's only going to run for one term, he can get elected. That makes absolutely no goddamn sense. Okay, especially with the fact of the track record of the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. Are you going to vote someone in who says, I'm only going to serve one term and could royally fuck shit up in that one term when the economy's doing good and the country's doing well and people are doing well with their finances and everything else? Of course not. They're going to vote for the devil they know. And you think that's going to be a strong point to change that? Yeah. Oh, you are a deluded, delusional dipshit, buddy. One-term president can be an unhinged or a one-term president can be unhinged or liberated or both, but is certainly not powerless. Free from overreacting to the swings of daily tracking polls, the lame duck can fly to great heights. So basically what he's getting at is Biden gets in. If people were to elect him, he can do whatever the fuck he wants and fuck everybody else because he's only going to be there in there for one term. This is how deluded they are. They think that Biden can get in and will do all this shit. This guy's a fucking whack job thinking this. Nothing in a one-term president's powers keeps the executive from nominating Supreme Court justices. Actually, yes. Up until Obama, there's been this tradition, dipshit, that a lame duck president, if a president declares he's only going to run one term, he's a lame duck, that lame duck presidents will not nominate Supreme Court justices. Because the idea is, especially in the last year, or 2 years, because the idea is that there's an election coming up and the people should get to decide by their vote of who's president, who should be the next Supreme Court justice. And that was an accepted fact, okay, until Scalia died under very suspicious circumstances at a Democrat kingmaker's private little resort. So, yeah. He couldn't do that, at least not by tradition, which you idiots all spurred out, got deranged and said, well, they're blocking, Trump's Obama's Garland nomination. And we kept trying to tell you, lame ducks don't get to do that shit. It's tradition. And we don't care, and stuck your fingers in your ears. And now you still think that a lame duck can do shit. Signing life-changing legislation. Yeah, he can sign life-changing legislation that could totally fuck over everyone in this country and get away with it. Vetoing terrible bills or renewing the United States' role as a global citizen in the existential fight against climate change. What is it with these left fucking spurging dipshits, like with climate change being like this end-all be-all, like fear-mongering thing? Hey, asshole, CO2, go back to... Well, actually, I'd probably suggest you go find an older biology textbook from high school biology. But go back and look in an old high school biology textbook. CO2 is necessary for plant growth. It is necessary for their survival. Isn't that existential of a threat? Do humans affect climate change? Yes, but not nearly on the scale or the scope that you idiots believe. And this idea of vetoing terrible bills and going back into the putting the United States' role as a global citizen. Basically, this fucking dumb bitch wants the United States signed back on the Paris Accords that completely fucked over the United States and were designed to drain the wealth of this country, while nations like China, India, Vietnam, and others get to pollute the shit out of the fucking world, and all these wealthy friggin' people get to cash in on that shit. in foreign nations, while the rest of us, the unwashed masses, the peons, okay, get shit on and watch our wealth and our level and status get diminished because of it. That's what this asshole wants, because he thinks he's one of those fucking elites. Well, you know what? He's one of those people that could easily have to, go and deal with that fact of having to go learn to code. Come on now. By executive order, a one-term president can keep poisons out of rivers, forbid family separation at the border, and restore the honor of the military code of justice. Excuse me, restore the honor? You dumb little shit. You don't know what honor is. You do not understand the idea of it and the military code of justice. So don't even. Shut the fuck up. Okay, I might not have served, but a lot of my family members have, okay? Whether it be in the Army, okay, Navy, or Marine Corps. When I know I did have Air Force too. I've had family members serve in every branch of the military, okay? And they would look at you, say something like that, and be like, they would friggin' facepalm and be like, fucking moron. And this idea of by executive order. So basically you want him to be a king. You want him to circumvent Congress and do whatever the fuck he wants. And this forbid family separation at the border. Bill Clinton was the one who started that, asshole. And it's because you got to establish whether or not those people are their parents or legal guardians before just allowing them to have kids in their fucking possession. Okay? We separate kids within this country from people who we haven't established if they are their parent or legal guardian. Why should it be any different at the border? You're not bitching about it happening to Americans. No, you care more about fucking illegals. Because you're all wastes of fucking space who know that you need the illegals in order to shift the vote in your favor. You know that you need to basically import your voters. He can order his Justice Department to back efforts in court to ensure that people with pre-existing medical conditions are not dumped by their insurance companies. They can't be dumped now. The only time they can quote-unquote be dumped if they have a pre-existing condition is if they don't pay their fucking bill. That's pretty much how it is under the law at this point. Give me a fucking break. What do you think, that they should still have insurance if they don't pay their fucking bill? Give me a break. He can welcome science, civility, and culture back into the White House. Science and civility? Excuse me, science? You mean like this bullshit, like exaggerated, based on discredited work? Let me rephrase that. Based on the discredited work of Michael Hockey Stick Man? You mean that type of science? Because that's what the climate change is all based on. Discredited work by Michael Hockey Stick Man that the American people paid for, but we do not have access to because he says he owns what we paid for him to do. We paid for the work. It's ours. Yet we can't have access to it. Unless we're one of these climate scientists willing to push the bullshit, lies, and everything else. That, man-made climate change is such an existential crisis. Excuse me, man, it's like an ant when it comes to the scale of the globe. Our impact on it is minimal compared to, say, the universe around us. Well, like, say, the sun and solar winds, besides, like, say, with flares and solar winds and everything else. Come on now. He can protect children from lunatics who now have easy access to military-style weapons. Excuse me, protect children. More people are killed by bare fists and feet than by those quote-unquote scary military-style weapons. More people are killed by hammers than by those scary military weapons. Which military-style weapons now basically would be any pistol, even revolvers, I'm sure, rifles. Okay, well, a sniper rifle is basically, for the longest time was, say, a Remington or a Winchester 308. Yeah, was it 308? I believe so. But because it was that, or they could go military style weapon. They want all guns. And basically, oh, well, he can use executive order to protect children. That's what he's saying. By executive order. I'm sorry, but the executive order cannot trump the Second Amendment of the Constitution, dipshit. But this is, see, they go, oh, my Constitution when it benefits them. But when it's situations like that, what Constitution? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I've never heard of it. It's ridiculous. And all the while, people can look to a younger and far-sighted vice president as the logical next step. Perhaps the quickest way to get a President Stacey Abrams or President Pete Buttigieg is to first to elect a President Biden. Not going to happen. And they honestly think that Biden's going to sit there, be a one-term wonder, have a VP like Buttigieg or Stacey Abrams, and set them up to run after that term. Come on now. Voters are exhausted by the vulgarian in chief. No, they're not. His support, he is considered as popular, if not more popular than fucking Obama right now, asshole. Go fuck yourself. You are this deluded? Seriously? They want a day, a week even, where their president doesn't lie to them. Where has he lied, shitbrick? Oh, that's right, he hasn't. Shout at them or call members of his own party or federal law enforcement human scum, which, taken out of context, they're not telling you the whole fucking quote. Hey, asshole, what's the whole fucking quote? So I love this. The critics. Yes, I remember that. You mean neocon, never Trump shitbags that are talking smack, talking shit, calling them out and saying they're human scum, which is true. Is a bad thing? Fuck you. They want their children to come out from hiding when the president appears. What the fuck kind of crack are you smoking, shitbrick? That's just ridiculous. That's just sensationalized bullshit. Come on. Trump is retro in the worst ways, far beyond his hatred of energy-efficient light bulbs, windmills, and new appliances. Well, first off, okay. Energy-efficient light bulbs, especially compact fluorescents, suck dick. All right? LED bulbs, they're okay. See, the thing is you get a more natural light from an incandescent bulb. Natural light complements us better on the note of how we live and everything else. It doesn't fuck with us as bad as, say, like the fucking blue light, the white blue light or orange light that you get from, say, fluorescents. I mean, they're now seeing that the red shift for you not to have, like, your, say, phone or your laptop fuck with you is actually fucking with people. Jesus Christ. And this idea of windmills, he's attacking windmills. Well, considering windmills are an unpredictable power generation source that kill birds, that, what was it, PolitiFact, or was it Snopes? I think it was PolitiFact, tried to go, well, not true, and then later admitted that, yeah, there were all these bald eagles killed. So, yeah, true, but they like, oh, no, not true. Yeah, so you have windmills that make noise and are eyesores and kill a bunch of birds that aren't the best choice for, green energy because of their downfalls. And him calling those downfalls out means that he's got a hatred for them and he's attacking them type shit to you. And calling shit out, is it have a hatred for it? Okay, and this idea of, well, new appliances. Well, he's got no problems with new appliances. What he has a problem with are new appliances that don't work as they should because of some stupid pencil-pushing shipwreck, okay, or some environmental, tree-hugging lefty going, well, they can't use that much water to clean dishes, and you leave food on your fucking plates because there's not enough water pressure and water going into the system. Yeah, I'd have a problem with that, and I'd bitch about it. If I put fucking plates in, ran the dishwasher, and they came out with still food and other shit on them, I'd have a problem with that. And I'd call it out. Which is what a lot of Americans have done. He's just saying what they want to say, but to a much larger audience about that. He's a remarkably lazy old man. His mornings are consumed by tweeting and bathing in the dear leader affirmation of Fox News. Bullshit, you stupid fuck. You cannot run a country sitting on your ass watching Fox News all morning, you stupid fuck. Holy shit. He spent 1 in 5 days last year at a golf course and has made 236 visits overall to golf clubs since he took office, costing taxpayers under $15 million. And how much time did Baby Bush spend at his fucking fucking ranch? How much time did Bill Clinton spend on Martha's Vineyard and a bunch of other places? How much time did Obama spend golfing and to Martha's Vineyard and shit like that? Shut the fuck up, because they all did it themselves. This is just fucking hilarious. Oh, well, Trump did this. Yeah, well, so didn't Obama. So didn't Bill Clinton. So didn't Baby Bush. So didn't Papa Bush. What's your fucking point? Oh, that's right, you don't have any. Because now that those things have been pointed out, what you said doesn't have any fucking meaning to it. Biden's support was not wavered. Biden's support has not wavered, especially among people of color and disaffected whites. What the hell are you talking about? He keeps slipping in the polls, dipshit. And this idea of people of color, excuse me, but they're more for, like, say, Buttigieg. Keep on dreaming. And this idea of disaffected whites. You mean the whites who wouldn't vote for Hillary because she was a corrupt shill bitch that look at creepy Uncle Joe and go, God damn, he's fucking creepy, and he's probably just as corrupt as her, especially with the whole Ukrainian thing, which is why you're trying to hide the fact that he basically threatened, and bragged about it to the CFR that, hey, you want this $1 billion, you fire the prosecutor that's going after my son, or you ain't getting it. Okay, he does that. Okay, and you think that the fucking disaffected whites are going to vote for him? They didn't vote for Hillary, you dumb bitch. Give me a break. I mean, a coalition no other candidate can match. What are you talking about? Trump has scored well with Hispanics and blacks. And that scares you. Once the nominating process gets past the white and unrepresentative states of Iowa and New Hampshire, the new America will show its power. Hey, dude, I live in New Hampshire. All right? Go fuck yourself. Oh, the white states of Iowa and New Hampshire. Have you been to fucking New Hampshire lately, shipwreck? Because I'll tell you right now, I live here. There's a lot of fucking, as you would put it, people of color. Okay? There are a lot of Hispanics. There are a lot of, well, not a lot, but there's a decent amount of black people. We have a large number of Hispanics in New Hampshire. It ain't white lily bread bullshit like you think, you cock gobbling bitch. Go look along the southern border. Go look along the fucking border with Maine. Okay? There's a lot of Hispanics living in and around Portsmouth. There are a lot of Hispanics living in the communities in southern New Hampshire, like Manchester and Nashua and Salem and shit. Well, not really Wyndham. That's white bread fucking yuppie country. Derry. Okay? A lot of the people there. Goffstown. Okay? Dude, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You stupid piece of shit. You racist scumbag waste of fucking space. You don't even know the demographics of a fucking state. And you just like, oh, well, they're all white, so fuck them. They're because they're white. You think we're all fucking shitbags if we're white. Fuck you in New Hampshire. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. You racist piece of shit. Okay? Oh, well, white New Hampshire. Go to fucking New Hampshire sometime. Come here, motherfucker. I'll show you around. I will show you how fucking diverse New Hampshire is now. Good, bad, or otherwise, it's diverse. You cock-gobbling cunt. And I hate that word. But for him to try to portray, like, New Hampshire is like fucking KKK Central through implication, he can go fuck himself. Fucking cock-gobbling bitch. Fucking New York elite cocksucker. Which he probably lives in one of the whitest parts of New York. I'm assuming he's from New York with it being the New York Times. But yeah. And this idea of the new America will show its power. What about the Rust Belt, fuckwit? Oh yeah, I think they're going to that's new America. They voted for Trump. Keep telling yourself. Shit's going to happen, motherfucker. Keep telling yourself that's going to happen. States representing 1/3 of the United States population will vote on Super Tuesday, March 3rd. Biden is well positioned. No, he's not. Biden's closest rival, Senator Bernie Sanders, will be 79 by Election Day. He still has a lot of steam left in the engine. Really? He literally had a fucking heart attack on the campaign trail, shipwreck. It sounds to me like his engine's failing. But the engine smells too much like 19th century socialism, a failed economic system repackaged under Sanders' slogan of a political revolution. What are you talking about, 19th century? No. Try 20th century Marxism, you stupid bitch. Holy shit, this guy is a delusional fuck. At times, Biden can sound like he's stuck in a time warp, an era of record players and malarkey and push-up challenges. He likes to hug, but his politics are not static. He was ahead of President Barack Obama on marriage equality and the futility of the Afghan war. If an emboldened Congress were to send him a piece of substantive progressive legislation, he'd sign it. Excuse me, but substantive and progressive do not go together. That's an oxy-fucking-moron. Trump promotes and lives in an actual time warp. The America of white dominance and energy gluttony and butt groping by men in power. No, he doesn't. Holy shit. Where has Trump ever done this idea of white dominance? Trump was like literally the guy who employed the most fucking minorities in this goddamn fucking country with his fucking company. Okay. His hotels. He liked hiring gay men and women for positions. Okay, like what was it? Food and beverage and oh god, the one with atmosphere, like not atmosphere, but something along those lines with his hotels and stuff like that. I can't think of the exact position. And he said because they did a better job with those particular things, and he was right. And he hired shit tons of minorities and got shit tons of awards for it. But yeah, according to you, he wants a white America like from the 19th century or from the past or whatever the fuck you're saying, shipwreck. Give me a break. And this idea of energy gluttony. So wait a minute. The United States being energy independent and not having to rely on unstable regimes like in the Middle East is a bad thing? What kind of shit are you fucking smoking? Because you're high as a kite to believe that, you stupid shit. And this idea of butt groping by men in power. Has Trump butt groped one woman since he's been in office? No. Okay, this goes back to, when a woman has the hots for you because they're looking at your fucking bank book and them saying, whoa, they're looking at that. They want you because they're hoping to get into your wallet. You can grab them by the pussy. Because they'll let you do it because they want you to do it because they're trying to trap you so that they can get their grimy little paws into your wallet. Okay, when he says something like that, it translates into this shit. Fuck you. He says something about the morality of women, and it wasn't very good. And somehow he's the asshole for it. Because women will let you do shit like that if they think. If you're rich, they'll let you do shit like that because they think they're going to get their hands on your fucking wallet. Come on now, asshole. At the dawn of a year when we all need a long convalescence from the craziness, a long-term Joe might just be the restorative. No. This is their fucking plan. This is what the left thinks is a good idea. We're going to take Joe. We're going to put creepy Uncle Joe in for 1 term. And he's going to pave the way for Buttigieg because we're going to make Buttigieg his VP or what's-her-face, okay? And that's going to set the ground for us to have the election after that with the candidate we really want. No, that's not how it's going to work. Trump is almost certainly, beyond likely, going to win in 2020. You're going to have to deal with 4 more years. And what really scares you is at that point, he's a lame duck. And minus the fact of, say, appointing more judges or whatever on the note of the Supreme Court, yeah, you're scared fucking shitless of what a lame duck Trump could do. Anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.